Let's discuss what's going on with Arizona's Attorney General, Chris Mays. Attorney General, thank you so much for joining us. What avenues do you have to challenge this new law, this law in Arizona, your state? And as we've noted, it dates back to the Civil War era before Arizona was even a state.
Yeah, hi, Wolf. Thanks for having me. Well, we are exploring all of those avenues. Everything is on the table right now for us, and it's time to fight. Arizonans want us to fight back against this extreme, draconian, Civil War era abortion ban that was passed at a time when Arizona wasn't a state, the Civil War was still raging, and women couldn't even vote. So we're looking at everything, that we possibly can to make sure that this ban never actually goes into place in Arizona. And I have said, Wolf, that as Attorney General, I will not prosecute any doctor, nurse, pharmacist, or woman under the 1864 ban or the 15-week ban that we also had in place. And that promise remains firm. The vast majority of Arizonans do not want to be dragged back to 1864. And
that's very significant indeed. As you just said, you've pledged not to prosecute any woman or doctor or nurse under this Arizona law. I know you disagree with it, but isn't it your job to enforce the rules and the law as the top law enforcement official in Arizona?
Yeah, so look, here is the fact of the matter. This is a law that essentially violates our Constitution in Arizona, the right to privacy in Arizona. And we also know that we have an opportunity in at least the next couple of months to try to fight it in the courts, to take additional steps in the courts. And then the other thing, Wolf, that's really important to remember is that the people of Arizona are going to have the final say over this, because we have a ballot measure on the ballot in November, and I think the people of Arizona are going to overwhelmingly approve that ballot measure, which will enshrine the right to an abortion and reproductive rights in our Constitution. So, I'm not going to enforce an unconstitutional abortion ban until the people of Arizona have a right to have the ability to get to that ballot initiative.
Attorney General, are you at all concerned that you and your office could be taken to court for refusing, in the meantime, to enforce this law?
Well, I think, it's entirely possible, and I wouldn't doubt it at all if the extremists on the right wing try to take me to court, but I'll see them in court, and I'm ready for that fight. This is a fight for the rights of Arizona women to access reproductive care. We are now in a situation where women in our state may have to flee to California, New Mexico, Colorado, Nevada to receive care. But in the meantime, I'm going to protect them, or do everything that I can to protect them. And if the extremists that pushed this ban forward want to take me to court, so be it. And I think it's important to remember also, Wolf, that it was Donald Trump and the United States Supreme Court who were responsible for overturning Roe and Dobbs, and that's why we got to this point. That's how we got to the point where an Arizona Supreme Court could reimpose an 1864 ban on the people of my great state.
Your governor, Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs, has already issued an executive order concentrating authority to prosecute violations of this law in your office, Attorney General. This hasn't been tested in court, though. So what's to stop local prosecutors from charging doctors?
So what's to stop them, Wolf, is that, as you mentioned, the governor has consolidated the authority for prosecuting abortion in my office. I have just said and said all along that I will not use our resources to prosecute doctors, nurses, pharmacists, or women. And I also have, under Arizona law, supervisory authority over those local prosecutors, and I've made it clear to county attorneys here in Arizona that they had better not try this. They had better not try to prosecute under that 1864 ban, because it's unconstitutional, and I'll use my supervisory authority to attempt to stop it.
The Arizona Attorney General, Chris Mays, Arizona Attorney General, thank you so much for joining us. We'll continue this conversation